My name is Annalise Nuxall, and my theory of knowledge question is this. Do we have an ethical responsibility to integrate those with special needs into society? I'll be examining this from a high school aspect as well as the jobs aspect. First, a quick look at some statistics. 1 in 110 children have an autism spectrum disorder. 13% of children ages 13 to 17 have a developmental disability ranging from speech and language impairments to cerebral palsy. 19% of Americans are classified as a person with a disability. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act reports that 21% of students with disabilities go to a regular school and have time outside of their classes to interact with typical students. In order to learn about Mission Viejo High School's Special Education Department, I talked with a teacher, Mr. Chiljan, who also runs Diablo Joe's, a coffee shop to help kids get real-world experiences.
All right, Diablo Joe's was a group effort with our class and our staff. We sat down and pretty much said, what is it that we want the kids to do? What is it that we want them to learn? And we wanted to teach them job-related skills. We worked together with Workability. Vicki has done a terrific job in helping us and supporting us in this adventure. And the whole idea is to teach students skills. Making coffee, delivering coffee, making change, accepting money for coffee, getting them on a schedule to tell them what they need to do next. You can see a lot of the visuals are supported for students that need some extra help. The whole idea is to get them to eventually be able to deliver coffee independently. So this is a great opportunity for them to get outside of the classroom and to learn new skills. And we do have other jobs throughout school, but this is kind of something that we started and adopted this year. Definitely we want the kids to eventually work somewhere. Some of the students will be able to work a half an hour at a time, where others have the skill set and the ability to work 2 or 3 hours at a time. So they would be more apt to have a job, or actually to be a little bit more marketable. But the whole idea is to be able to give them some skills. So when they transition out of high school to adult living, that they can go somewhere and work at maybe a specific job and have the skills to do that. So the whole idea is to kind of give them the exposure to that. Absolutely. Just so you know, a lot of the kids that not only work here and work outside, maybe at a Costco or at a grocery store, a lot of the concerns that I get from adult transition work and job support individuals is that these students have the skill set that they're learning, and that's great, but other skills like the social skills and when something's not structured, what do we do next? So those are the intangibles that make it really challenging for our guys. But the whole opportunity, the whole idea is to get them to get into maybe some of the other classes, to get them into a different environment that they'll see down the road, where they can maybe use what they've learned, they can use maybe the social skills part of it. All of those things are bonded together once they find a job or once they transition out.
Although my little brother Jacob is not in Mr. Children's class, he is in special education at Mission and began integration in a collaborative class in elementary school. Because of this, Jacob has turned from a shy, introverted kid to an outgoing teenager who is interested in other people. Due to the kindness of the soccer coach at Mission, starting his freshman year, Jacob has had the opportunity to aid for the soccer team and make many friends. The boys on this team have given Jacob a sense of community around school, and he has continued his integration. At the boys' soccer banquet, the coach said, "Jacob learns a lot from us, but we are the ones who really learn from him." Jacob's coach also mentioned his attitude, joy, and how hard he works every day at practice. The integration through his schooling has helped his social skills and prepared him for life far beyond high school. Next is an interview with Jacob. I have asked him questions pertaining to his life at high school.
I like dances. I like when they're formal football games. And I like eating for the soccer team. I love eating for the boys' soccer team, and I like giving them cheers and picking up the balls, helping them with the goals, helping them with the waters, and giving them pep talks before we get out the door and say, go home, watch TV, and have a good weekend. And that will be about it. Last Thursday night we had a banquet, and it was really good. I got the certificate. Mom, get the certificate. I want to see it. I went with Joletta as my date. I danced with her for a little bit. And that was about it. I danced with Reese and Sean Balker. They're on the soccer team. A St. Patrick's dance at Bishop High School. This Friday, I am going to practice first, then the dance afterwards. I'm watching something if I get this done here.
Jacob has found a niche at high school. He has gone to dances, football games, and participated in sports programs, which is what any typical high schooler likes doing. He has found friends through soccer and even went with a date to formal. I believe there should be a greater effort to get more kids like Jake involved in school activities. Jacob has a success story, but I would like to hear many more. If integration can happen at a high school level, it will be easier for adults with special needs to find jobs because there will be a greater overall acceptance. Although I was not able to film, I talked with a manager at Sprouts, an organic grocery store that hires people with special needs. Some advantages to hiring people with special needs are 1. Tax credits, 2. Helping people achieve the most they can, 3. Letting others know that the company reaches out to the community. This can encourage people to shop at Sprouts, and the tax credits are a government incentive to help out those with special needs. I continued to talk with the manager, and we started to discuss some disadvantages to hiring someone with special needs. Some employees need job coaches to give them reminders throughout the day. When job coaches are not there, some employees are perfectly capable, while other employees desperately need the coaches and forget to do certain tasks. It's always important to make sure each employee has the necessary tools, such as a job coach, to help them do their job successfully. This also helps the manager because they know that their employees are able to stay on task and the managers can do their own jobs. Other employees have always had a positive reaction to working alongside those with special needs. The manager says that there have never been complaints of having to do extra work or feeling degraded. The manager also mentioned the positive reaction customers have. She says that regular customers know several employees by name, and both parties feel good about interacting with each other. Again, there have never been complaints about any employees with special needs, only positive things to say. Overall, the manager stated that having special needs employees has been a completely positive experience. They are well accepted by other employees, by customers, and add a whole new dimension to the store's environment, and she encourages other companies to hire those with special needs as well. What does this all mean? From the expertise of Mr. Chilgen and his thoughts on integration and preparing students for jobs to Jacob's personal success story, it is obvious that it is our duty to integrate those with special needs so they can go on and become functioning members of society. Like the Sprouts manager said, employing those with special needs has been a completely positive experience. In order to grow awareness and acceptance in the workplace, integration needs to begin in high school, if not earlier. Do I have a bias? Yes, I do. With a younger brother with special needs, I feel strongly about the need for integration in high school and the workplace. However, I have seen the positive things that come out of integration from a personal as well as impersonal level. It is our responsibility to integrate and accept those with special needs.